for all of you. We are not oblivious of the fact that...
Hello, my people. You don't read. Edo State Governor Obaseki don't come out. According to him on this video, he said for now till 6 months. He say after 6 months for now, the federal government, they will not be able to pay workers. He say except maybe it take the miracle or maybe federal government, they print money before they can be able to pay workers. You know, when federal government print money, you know that one will lead to inflation. And inflation lead to economic crisis in every nation. That is where Nigeria is heading to. Is that bad to Nigeria? Then another video on this video, you listen to the Minister of State and Labor, Minister of Labor and Productivity, Chris Igege. You will hear where the man was saying his salary is almost about 942,000 naira. He said after removing the tax and so many other things, that is the salary that is the man is taking home. I don't know why our politicians, I don't know what they want. I don't know why these people, they can never come out to tell people the truth. He says his salary is less than a million as a serving minister. Then if your salary is less than a million and the other person's salary is less than a million, then all the billion that is missing in Nigeria coffer, who is stealing the money? Guys, I will even now watch waiting these two men talk and drop your comment for this comment section. Thank you.
For all of you, we are not oblivious of the fact that Nigeria is in trouble. The economy of our country is in a terrible state. It will be a miracle for the federal government and state governments to pay salaries beyond June this year without resorting to massively printing money or removing fuel subsidy. Either of these decisions will bring more hardships and pain to us as a people, particularly to you, the workers. Therefore, we must all make sure that the burden and pain of these measures, which must be taken, are not borne by workers alone.
Well, apologies for that mix-up earlier, but that's the point the governor was making, and he says that unless there is massive printing of the naira or the removal of subsidy, that payment of salaries will be difficult. Is that the same information you have from your end, Honorable Minister?
I don't have the same information. I've already told you that these have been budgeted for. The increases we are talking about for the doctors in the health sector. The doctors have concluded their negotiation under the auspices of the NMA with Federal Ministry of Health, and they have come to us, and salaries, incomes, and wages, we're transmitting the CBA down to Presidential Committee on Salaries. The same for the nurses and midwife and everybody in the health sector. The same for the university lecturers who went on strike for 9 months or 8 months last year. The same for workers in the university system and polytechnic. Already 350 billion have been captured in the appropriation of 2023.
So pardon me to jump in. Minister, the point he was making, I think, is not about whether or not it's being budgeted. It's about actually paying the salaries. And he says that unless there's massive printing of the naira or the removal of subsidy to maybe free up funds, then payment of salaries might be difficult. So the question is, do we have enough money to pay for salaries, at least for June and upwards?
I'm not the central bank governor, neither am I the finance minister. These two manage the Nigeria economy, the fiscal and the macro. Even if it means printing money, I cannot print. I don't even know how it is done. So I'm telling you what I know as labor minister.
All right.
And a member of the Presidential Committee on Salaries and Wages.
Okay.
So Governor Obaseki, I don't know where he has this information from, but I will advise him as a state governor to face his state and not talk about federal government. Let him face his state and make sure, like he said, that the weight of those increases are not borne by the workers alone. His political appointees, he should cut off, shed weight from them, and then get enough money. So I don't know what he's talking about. I'm not in Edo State. Like I told you, I'm not the manager of the federal economy, fiscal and macro. So for me, the one that concerns me is that as labor manager, chief labor officer of the federation, who is in charge of the workers, I'm their father. We have made provision for them. President Muhammad Buhari and this outgoing government have made provision for them. And I'm sure that the incoming government of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu will toe the same line, do the necessary fixing. He's a finance manager. He managed the finances of Lagos very well. He paid all the salaries that needed to be paid, and even had extra payment for his judicial workers and judges and everybody in Lagos. So I have no fear about that at all.
Well,
in fact, pensioners in Nigeria, Asiwaju was one of the governors that paid 142% rise with Rivers, and Anambra, 3 of us only. So
I wonder...
don't drag me into that area.
Well, it's just to get the direction, or at least the information you have from the perspective of the federal government. I wonder if you give that same advice to the federal government about, cutting political appointees, shedding the weight, the same way you've advised the governor of Edo State. I wonder if you're taking on that advice too for the federal government.
Well, when the government comes in, they know what to do.
No, I'm saying this current government, the current government that you're a part of is what I mean, Honorable Minister. Have you given that advice?
Where we needed to shed Kayode. What advice am I giving me? My salary is 942,000 naira a month.
Is that the total or just the basic?
That's my salary with my PA. Gross total after taxation.
Are you counting the allowances, Honorable Minister? Are you counting the allowances that accrue to your office, or is just
allowances? Like which one?
Are you saying you're not entitled to any other allowance apart from the 900,000 naira you get?
Okay, they mention it now. Why are you saying are you not entitled? You should be empirical.
Well, you tell Nigerians. You said which one. So are you entitled to any other allowance? Because I think it's statutory that aside the basic, you get other allowances, either for transport, feeding, and all of that. Are you saying you do not get any of those allowances?
My feeding, my transport, the salary of one PA, the salary of my gardener, my cook, they are all consolidated. And after taxation, after heavy taxation, they pay me 942,000. Every minister you see, that's what it is.
Okay,
special advisors around that amount too. That's what it is.
Okay, that's interesting. Of course, we'll be checking that as well to follow up on that one that you made. But talk to us about the policies.
Please do.
We will.
The allowances are not anything. We don't have any allowances. Except if you travel, you can get duty tour allowance. Finish, like every other public officer. Which is usually a very juicy one as well. I don't know what you mean. It had just been reviewed the other day. And it's reviewed to 100,000 naira a night for ministers. And I think ministers of state, 75, permanent secretaries, 70, and down the line to level 1. Everybody's own was reviewed, not only our own. So,
okay, let's wind down on this, Minister. I'm glad that you're giving out these figures for Nigerians, so at least they know what's going on the government side. But talk to us about why this government has not been able to bring down the unemployment figures. And some worry that with the new figure coming out this